Okay, so right now our PDF parser tool is able to extract the text from the PDF, and it also extracts the images as a JPEG. But right now the stuff is kind of hard coded, so if you look at it, you see that we print the text and the image is going to be called just image.jpg, and also the file that we parse is going to be this sample.pdf. So what I want to do is for this main file I want to be able to yeah, I was debugging and I don't mind that one. So I want to be able to pass in the file that we want to parse, and then based on that file I want to have a directory. So let's say for example sample, right? And this sample directory is going to contain all the text pieces that we find and also all the images. So yeah, kind of that's what I want, kind of format our stuff. So yeah, to be able to start, let's try to include from ds.h the argument parser implementation. So yeah, let's also add it in compile flags just to have it. All right, let's go back to main. So now we have also the implementation for the argument parser. So yeah, we can have command line arguments. I mean, this one is pretty simple, so you know, probably you don't have to use ds.h, but I think it's still nice to have something like this. So I'll show you how to actually use ds.h. So I'd say let's do it here. This argument arg parser, I think it was, yeah. So we define the parser. We can initialize it like this, but we have a better way. So arg parser init, and this function is taking a reference to the parser. Here we put the name of the program, which is gonna be like PDF parser, or I don't know. And then a simple PDF parser in C. And then for the version, we can do like 0.1. Okay, so something like this. These are just for displaying stuff, so yeah. And then at the end we have to do this arg parse, and this should take in the parser, argc and argv. Obviously this one has like if, let me just see, 0 if it was successful. So if this thing is not equal to 0, then we can return defer -1. And here's low error, failed to parse arguments. I think that makes sense. And here arg parse what? It's so weird. I have the wrong name for it. Interesting. Here it should be Parser, but I don't think it matters, so let's not go into it. So yeah, we have the parser. So if we now recompile our main and run -help, it's gonna give us some stuff. Even say version, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, we don't have any stuff that's interesting there. So let's do dsr parse. What was it? Add argument. And for this one, I mean, let's do the same thing. We need the parser, and here we need the options. So how are we gonna do this one? I think we can just have something like this, if I remember correctly. And now we need the short name, but yeah, we don't actually need that. We need just the long name for the description. So let's do long name is gonna be input or something. Then we need the description, like input file. The input PDF file. Maybe let's use something like that. Input PDF file. Then the argument type. So I guess it's type. And argument type should be something like positional. Yeah, because it's a positional argument, and it's also you can have like optionals, but required is gonna be true. So require, and I'd say required is gonna be true. I don't want to be able to read from a standard input, but yeah, I think that's that. And then let's do something like share pointer file name is gonna be parser dot. I was programming in fucking C in Java for a second there. Arg parse get value parser and input. We need the input. Okay, file name. So now if we recompile and show the help, we can see that we have input here. And yeah, it's the, well, I mean, yeah, we can have like character for short name just for the memes, but I wouldn't say it's needed. Okay, so now if we run main and we do sample PDF, it's gonna run it on sample PDF, and if we do image.pdf, it's gonna run it on image.pdf. So that's pretty nice. Okay, well, that's the first step, I would say. So the next step, right here we have the objects, right? So I would say that show text and show image should also take in the parent object. Let's say the parent object and also file name, but maybe it's in the reverse order. File name and object. Why do I need these? Well, file name, to be able to generate the file name, or I guess the folder, or I don't know if I'm gonna do a folder or just a file with that name. So yeah, we are gonna have, I guess it's gonna be just a file with this name, and object contains this object number and generation number that we can use as you know, image 1, image 2, and so on. So let's go to show text. It's gonna take in sharp pointer file name and indirect object, right? Yeah, so that's how show text is gonna work. And show image is actually a bit easier, because here we can do something like ds string builder. Do I have sb? Yeah, so we have sb string builder init sb, then string builder append. Let's do sb. Oh, don't know why I put that. So this string builder append, you give it a format the same as printf, and then the rest of the stuff. So we can do something like s for the file name, d for object number or whatever, and also the other number, and then .jpg. Right, so it's going to be file name, object number, and object generation number. So yeah, that's that. And then sharp pointer I guess path or something, then string builder build. Here we give it sb and address to path. So then path, much easier. Okay, we can copy this one in the other function, so in show text. Right, so we have the string builder and stuff. So instead of just printing it, maybe I want to create a txt file. Right, and the same way we do here, show write, I think it's like write file if it's normal file. Interesting. So it's going to be file name, buffer, and mode. So file name. Oh, second, I also need this stuff. It's decent to have. So like that. Here I need plain text, and the mode should be what we pass to fopen. That's like append or right, I guess like this, like that. Oh, it's const char. So this should write in a file. Okay, so let's gcc this thing. And now if we run it on image.pdf, we should see these files. Let's see what we got. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna add .pdf at the end, but I don't care. So that's the image, right? And this is the other thing. So if we pair the image JPEG, yeah, it should be the image from that PDF file. So that's pretty nice. And if we run main on sample PDF, we should have all of these txt files with the contents. So yeah, if we check, I guess 4 is gonna have all the important stuff. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good. Maybe the other stuff that we can do is have an optional directory here, which is by default current directory. So let's have that. Short name is gonna be -d directory, the directory where PDF file contents are extracted to. Argument type, it's gonna be a value and it's gonna be optional. So yeah, let's have char pointer directory. Okay, let's copy it like this. It's gonna be directory, and now we can do something like directory is equal to null. Then directory is gonna be dot. That should work, I guess. Let's recompile, and now if we do -- help, we should see directory. Let me just see if I make it like required. Yeah, it's nice. It shows it like this here. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I was just patting myself on the back. Oh, you made a nice tool. But yeah. Okay, so now let's try to use this directory. So I guess would be needed here. Right, like that's what I'm thinking. Or maybe it's gonna be easier to just create a directory and then here send it as a file name. I think that also makes sense. Or maybe, yeah, no, I mean, it's a bit duplicated here, but like this part is kind of duplicated, but who cares? Right, so what I was thinking is let's create the directory, right? So I guess if it's null, then we don't even care about it, but let's see. See, make dir. How can we create a new directory in C? Right, so I guess, makes sense. Maybe if it's in the man pages, man make dir, but this is like the user command, so I don't know how to. Anyway, so you should check and then run make dir. I guess it's gonna be uni std or something. Yeah. Let's see if we find it on here. So it also has a mode, make dir at dirfd. Interesting. I like this definition, except for the differences described here. Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah, I can say it's something like regarding relative and absolute paths. If you use make dir at, probably you pass in here something like at whatever, and it knows how to handle that. But yeah, anyway, I like this approach because we want to check if it exists, but I'm curious if it does the minus p by itself. So if you do make dir a b c, it doesn't work, but if you do minus p, it creates all the folders. So I'm curious if it does that. Oh yeah, let's see. So let's do the if and whatnot. So if the directory is not equal to null, we're gonna replace that. We'll create stat directory and make the directory. I don't know what st is. Oh, it's the stat. Let's have it like this. Is it going to know? No. Probably I need the syscalls and all of that, so let's just include it. Maybe like this because it's, yeah. I guess permissions are like 7 read write executable and then 0, 0. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, and then file name, it's used there and then here. So let's do something like the string builder. Probably it makes sense. Let's do like we put slash. Well, that's kind of sucks. I mean, I just want to create path. So let's put path here, or I guess output path. It's gonna be called. let's take this one before, and we are gonna do it something like this. So on the else case we do something, and that's pretty much going to be okay. If we have a directory, then we are gonna append directory slash, I guess, in here, and if we don't have it, we don't do anything. I guess the else is not needed. And then we just append file name, and that's how we should be able to get output path. Right, and then instead of using file name here, we are going to use output path and output path. So let's, I mean, I can also use make. I just was used to calling GCC directly. Main help. Let me just remove all of these. I guess all of them. Here's the image. Yeah. Let's make, and now if we run main on image PDF, is gonna create all the files like before, so that's okay. And if we do -d, I don't know, image, we're gonna have an image folder with all of the stuff. That's cool. And if we do image2/content, because we want to create like a nested folder, yeah, it doesn't want to create it like that. So I mean, it is what it is, I'd say. Yeah, it would be cool to have like a -p inside of make dir, but I guess this is also fine. Like, at least it creates one layer of folders. And if you do like an extra slash because you're dumb, is it gonna work, or does, oh, it's working, yeah. So I guess yeah, now I wasn't having this extra feature in plan, but after seeing how all the files were clumping up in the current directory, I said, okay, let's add it just for the sake of it, just to have an extra, you go into image and you have that. So I think that's decent. Right, adding this directory feature. Now you have to create the directories manually before running this program. If you have like if you have this kind of stuff, it's fine because it creates the one folder for you. But if you have like a lot of nested folders, you have to create them manually. I mean, in Python, you have that in .os, I think. Make dir. It wasn't make dir. It was some other function. Oh, that's interesting. I guess make dir from Python is make dir at from the syscalls. And interestingly enough, the mode is 511 by default, and here this guy said 700. No, I guess 5.1, what would that mean? It's first and last, right? In permission. So read, write, executable. It's gonna be read and executable. Yeah. I mean, it was always weird to me how for folders like executable meant something. Like if you run ls on a folder, it has to be what? Executable? I have no idea though. Like that was always confusing. Like files, yeah, obviously. If you cat a file, you need to have a read on it. If you uh, like echo into a file, if you append to it, you have to have write access and execute, need execute. But for folders, it was a bit tricky. I don't remember the rules, though it was weird as fuck. Anyway, yeah, so I know there was this make dirs, I guess, which allows you to do like exists, occurs, it's strange. I remember specifically a function in Python. Yeah, I know what I was thinking about. If you try, okay, so let's do it in bash, or I guess fish. If you do make dir like this, right, and all the folders exist, it's gonna say that it exists. So that was why I was using that make dirs from Python. But yeah, I guess it doesn't create folders by itself, so you still have to create them manually. Okay, so it's not that big of a deal. Well, yeah, then I guess we have the script. So if we do image, it's gonna create a folder with image and then all the information. I still didn't fix that kitty icat. Still doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why though. Let's try to go into that PDF parser, and I mean, yeah, I guess something's not. We are probably exporting more stuff than should be exported or something, but yo, my terminal was insane. Yeah, so we have the image, the terminal. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, we can do that. And then if we do sample minus the sample to have a folder for it, we can also see the contents of this PDF. So yeah, I guess that's pretty interesting. Okay, and just for maybe the memes, I merged these two PDFs. So let's take a look what would happen if we merged, if we run it on the merge PDF. I guess an oopsie doopsie happened. Yeah. Well, who knows what actually happened there, but maybe I would do something like inside of parse PDF. Let's take a look. My god. 39. So it came to this object and then it shit itself. I wonder why. So we have start xref. Oh shit. Start xref? That's a new one. Well, that's annoying. It doesn't have an xref thingy. Oh, I mean, this one is the xref. The that's so weird. I mean, not really anything I can do about it though. So let's just do this one for now. And if we take a look at merged, we should have, well, at some point it's gonna be the text, but I don't know where it's gonna be. Okay, there is something, some random stuff. Okay, so here it's the actual text, right? And here is the image, which we can merged. Okay, yeah, it's the image. Okay, so even in a weird file, now, yeah, the problem is, I guess this is what I meant when I said in one of the comments that some, like, each PDF file might have like weird stuff that we find. So for example, this one has the xref or something as a object instead of the keyword that we were used to. So yeah, probably the format is changing from like version to version, but it's still 1.4, which is what we had. So it's weird, but yeah. So you do like a plate decode and you get the xref. I'm curious, is it though? Like, what was it? I thought it's yeah, no, it's not even there. So this was 1.3 and 1.7 and this is 1.4. Yeah, well, I mean, no, at least we found the fix really fast, how to get rid of it. But yeah, so I mean, I guess now it's pretty cool. Let me just remove this printf because it's useless. So if we have make and then let's remove the merged thingy and run it again, we get all the contents. I mean, the important ones were the image and I think 23 contain like text. So yeah, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything we can do with this one. Like, sure, if I'm using this thing and I find a PDF file that doesn't work, I have to fix it. But I guess all in all, it's a pretty decent result, I would say. So yeah, because we can parse text and images. So yeah, I guess we'll see each other in the next one. So see you.